I'm about to go off. I'm sorry. We're about to go off on bullies.
Hey, real life. Hey, that is the one.
Mm, mm.
Beat them up. Beat them
Yeah.
up. They never been hitting them out. Beat them up.
Joseph.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
Jimmy. Dude, Jimmy's slacking. First of all, I was sharing everything on social media just now. Dude. Stacy. Jimmy. What in the hell? Cut it! Gotta get a new intern.
We're trying.
Bro. I'm not even going to say what a week because
Shit, what a week.
we,
I'm gonna say it.
we're calling audibles. Thank you to Stacy. Thank you to my wife. Thank you to Asia. And thank you for all of you tuning in. If you are live, we are live. It is Wednesday
Hey,
at 7.
I have
a
what we got to do to make it happen.
Obligated, work thing tomorrow where we're going to the Blues game. So
LGB, let's go Blues.
yeah, so that's it's gonna be hard to I literally almost was gonna because we're in a suite. I was almost gonna pack up and just broadcast for an hour.
Hey, dude, that would have been fucking badass though, low key.
That would have been a good ass chewing come Friday morning. But, dude,
Hey, no, honestly, they'd probably love it. Like they get to join in. You know,
it would have been something, dude. First of all, if you're listening on Facebook, do us a favor. Get off Facebook right now. Go on YouTube. Help us out. If
Two
you're
Tired
also
Dads.
on YouTube, maybe you jump off and you go on Instagram Live and watch us. That'd be
Sure.
dope.
Two
maybe
Tired Dads,
Two
number two.
Tired Dads #2. And if you're at the Twitch, maybe you go on the Twitch. But this way, we just want to increase everything all around.
We got Spider-Man in the building. Hey, come here, Spider-Man. Oh, no. Come here, Spider-Man.
Wow. Got his
Door
phone and
closed.
dipped out.
Hey,
Bro, so I
you
know,
he thought he was just so slick. That's what's so funny to me is he really thought he was slick as shit just then.
kids think I mean, we do it as adults. When kids I will walk through an awkward situation. Like if I know motherfuckers are arguing, or if I just see some bad activity going, or if my wife is on the couch and I need to sneak downstairs really quick and I know she's gonna want to drink before I go down there. Golden rule: if I don't make eye contact with you and you see me, I don't see you, so we can't talk. I'm invisible. That's just a common thing these days.
Hey, that's a male thing. I think we do that more than the women.
Hey man, but it's a little SP3 in the back. He does everything what every kid does. Hey, dad don't see her. I don't look at dad. I don't make eye contact with anyone. Then they cannot see me. That's what logic is these days. But other than that, man, last week, what a fucking show. Casey gave us feedback left and right, man.
Yeah, that's my guy. You gotta love Casey. Shout out Casey again for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna have him again sometime soon.
Yeah, we definitely. He brought the spice up.
Yeah. Hey, when I tell you all week, all I keep thinking about when I look at him, did she smoke? Like that's, I swear to God, that just, hey, that tickled my soul in the most fucked up way. Like, that's our guy though. Like when I tell
Right.
you no chill, hey, that's why I love him. Like it's funny. Me and him clicked instantly at work. Man, hey, everybody needs a Casey in their life. He's gonna
Hey.
keep it real with you, tell you the truth, and he'll hurt your feelings sometimes, but it's much needed. You know, like
Big week. I get my tax return this week.
yeah, you get one. I see something seems I just pay, well, 18K, it seems like is the average each year. I don't understand. Like I need to quit making money.
Hey, I mean, there was I found this meme because you said it, like, we talked about it a couple, 100K is not 100K no more.
Yeah, no, not at
Like
all.
that's out the window. And then I found this, and if I can't find it, I'm just going to move on. Like this new, yeah, I can't find it. It was basically saying like what pay scale was of how much you make and what you are. And like basically said like 100K to 300K is getting by.
Yeah,
States.
you're middle class.
Yeah. So how the fuck did we get here, bro?
I mean, we can run this back to, I'm always going to take it back to Reaganomics because that was the downfall of America, and it just has trickled up since. But
I don't know shit. I mean, educate me. I don't. What the fuck?
Reaganomics,
I've heard
the war on drugs,
about
man.
it.
The war on drugs, and
So what happened?
it was Reagan put the war on drugs, man.
What do you mean the war on drugs? What do you do?
Yeah, when the crack epidemic, heroin epidemic, crack down on drugs when really drugs is what built. Like I talked about this before, built Miami, built Nevada, built Atlantic City. There's a lot of things that you can run the roots of it. In real life, there'd be no Miami if there was no cocaine. There'd be no Las Vegas if there was no heroin. So it's the CIA. When Reaganomics came into play, they built their airstrips down in Colombia, and they've been smuggling ever since. Nobody talks about. I told you about the Wells Fargo container ship getting caught with buttloads of cocaine, and like they just had another big bust on cocaine, and nobody is talking about this because you have to wonder, how did it get in the hull of these ships?
Okay.
You're not loading 100 metric tons of illegal substance unless you're doing it basically approved of. How do you just load on all these drugs and move it? You think about the war on Juarez. Everybody wants to say, the war on drugs is slowing down at the border because we produce our own marijuana. No, now it's just getting more brutal because now they want to control the cocaine routes.
So would you compare it to Tay's like San Francisco?
Well, we know what killed San Francisco.
That's the drugs, right? The meth.
Man, we could say that, but in reality, what it was California becoming more and more relaxed on laws, allowing theft, allowing bullshit. We're supposed to crack down on criminals, right?
Right.
But then you got these people out there that are, let's call it what it is. They're
Let them
smugglers
be.
or whatever it is. And when they start allowing theft where you can't intervene with a person stealing,
right?
It's time to get out of the way. Time to move my business elsewhere. If you're going to just let them come in and ransack my store and take everything and take my product, the moment that insurance companies start pulling out because they realize this is a huge insurance scam that could be going on, get out of Dodge. California, man, it's a place that everybody, California dreaming, California, everybody wanted to live there. You know what we do for a living. Talking to people in California, we want to get the fuck out of there.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, and back in 2007, bro, when I was stationed there for that hot minute, but what I'm asking is like on the San Francisco area in general, because are you saying because of their mindset of let them live, let them
do what
be?
they want.
Like,
I mean,
that's what they're because I've watched.
Well, if you want to know my honest opinion, hopefully we don't get canceled for this. I mean, what they used to be known for.
San Francisco.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer in religion, as we've talked about. I'm not trying to take it religious, but when you let the devil just have a playground, collapse. There's multiple ways to look at it, but I mean, we're Babylon. If you really want to get down to it, I mean,
America is Babylon.
Definitely, man. I don't even look at, and I'm not against LGBTQ or anything like that. I mean, y'all have your own thing, you do your own thing. I'm not, it is what it is. But as far as when you go back to Sodom and Gomorrah and you look at where we're at right now, as far as a country, we approve so much shit that is just, we're a country of sin.
Babylon was an ancient city located on the lower Euphrates River in southern Mesopotamia, within now modern day Iraq.
When I talk about Babylon in biblical times, it's where the end of the world starts.
Oh, okay, my fault.
You're fine. I mean, it's one of those things that, again, it's mixed reviews, because there's that part of me that's like, you go back and there's so much documentation and so much notes in history that say that the original Egypt could have been here in America, right? You know, you go to the Grand Canyon and you see Egyptian statues, monuments. You know, you go to the South, you can find tons of pyramids. Like, there's a lot of things, man, that are weird that, like, again, I don't want to bring race into play, things like that, but I'm one of those people that don't believe that this is going to get us canceled again. I don't believe slaves were brought here from Africa. It's not economical. I believe that slaves were Native American people that were prisoners of war. And we all know what prisoners of war become. They become slaves. So it is what it is, you know, and I think that the indigenous people were captured and enslaved. That's why you see Cherokee bloodlines, you know, all these Indian Native American bloodlines running through so many people, white, black, it doesn't matter when you're in America, because they were indigenous. And when you run that bloodline, you know, you go back to ancient times, well, not ancient times, but slavery times. It doesn't make sense to me to run the risk of losing all that cargo bringing it from Africa when I got millions of people here that I can enslave and put to work. They know how to work the fields. They know how to work the land. They've been doing it before we got here. You know, you think about Christopher Columbus, and Christopher Columbus, basically the original Epstein Island. He was kidnapping indigenous little girls, taking them to an island and selling them. You know what I mean? So it's
Well, I'm saying I know how African American folks they got here from. When I went to New Orleans, I was like this. You ever been to New Orleans?
Yeah, I haven't, but I know like the slave ports.
Well, so that was a slave port, and like basically where they, you know, kidnapped folks, and then all right, Africa to fucking Cuba.
Well, people want to talk about kidnapping, man. Black people sold black people.
Cuba to fucking New Orleans, and then New Orleans up to Mississippi, and then that's that. So it took. I don't know. It's a process.
But at the same point, who's to also say like that is a good theory, right?
Right.
Like, that's a great theory. But who's also to say that I didn't just go into this area, kidnap a bunch of people, you know, hold them against their will and make them slaves?
100%. They made Indian slaves. There was they made this fucking movie about it with Leonardo DiCaprio, where basically he's like a dude. And he comes from like a bloodline of like white folks in the fucking south of oil, and they basically want this fucking land. And so they fucking plant him into this fucking tribe, and they say find a bitch and marry her, and as in like a woman, and like and motherfucker goes and finds a woman, marries her, befriends them. What's it called when you snake in? I guess a under the radar decoy or spy. Fucking goes in. Now he's with the family, and the fucking pappy rich white oil daddy goes in and has all the males killed one by one silently of the tribe.
I get what you're saying.
And to make his fucking Leo the new fucking dude. And the Leo basically signs the land, like pledges the land over to the fucking oil company. And they did that. And that's how it's horrible. And that's the history that we don't learn in the history books.
I mean, we don't learn any true history. I mean,
but I just want to share that with you. I didn't know if you knew about that or anything.
I didn't know about the movie. I'll check it out. That's
definitely
crazy.
Made.
That's probably based on a true story too.
It is, my brother. Yeah, dude. That's why I was saying. Undercover Spy. Is that what it's called? Is that the movie? I don't know what the fucking movie's called, Val. But if you know, let us know. Shout out to Val. Single mom, fucking killing it. Yeah, dude. She's awesome. Fucking shout out cousin Nathan.
I worked with her way back in the day at Cricket.
Oh, nice.
That's so crazy. Like how the world is so small.
Yeah, she first trained me. She was awesome.
Yeah, that's why.
She's
a monster. I told her to come back to Car Shield.
Hey man, she was a killer. She knows she's awesome. All right, so Pace wants to know what we're talking about. Let's talk about fucking bullies.
Well, we were talking. Well, really quick, just to fill them in, we were talking about the slave trade.
Slave trade.
Yeah, and how my beliefs are that it was indigenous people, and I'm not saying again people weren't brought from Africa.
Mhm.
But I will say that the economics of everything just says, why would I go outsource whenever I can pull it right off my own land? We know this, we know the history. Come in, you spread the Black Plague, knock out half the country. Like it's, I'm not here there. I'm not going to play race play. I'm just going to say, a lot of us have to look into history. It's crazy the things that, again, like you were saying, you're never going to learn it unless you read a book. And you know what they say about the easiest way to hide something for somebody is in a book. So open it up, educate yourself. Hey, educate those around you. But back to the bullying. Go ahead, Jimmy. Hit us with that rewind. Where you at, Jimmy?
He's probably doing fucking stupid shit. Jimmy! Thank you. God. So, bro, I gotta fucking say something. I cannot stand fake ass motherfuckers. And granted, I get paid to be a fake ass motherfucker day in, day out.
No, you don't.
Well, to the real. But I'm saying, I don't live with my mom. I don't fucking, drive my dad's car too, shit like that. But what I'm saying is, I have come to a point where I also can't really call people out on their bullshit all the time. And so I am either, shout out Ryan, either I'm pissed off because I've had a lot of appointments past couple week. I don't know if I'm pissed off because there's just a lot of changes going on. I don't know, but it's like when I see a motherfucker posting dumb shit that they shouldn't. Here's what drew the line for me. I'm not going to say their names because, and here's the thing, gimmicks fucking off. I'm not going to say their names because, one, when I talk shit to someone, I say it to their face before it's on, to social media. Yeah. What some motherfucker posted a screenshot of his credit score. It was like, oh, look at all this hard work that I overcame. La-di-da-di-da.
It's not hard work to pay your bills on time.
But it's like, dude.
Don't live outside your means.
No,
Sorry.
I get it. No, and he was like, if I only learned, they don't teach this in high school. La-di-da-di-da. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But this motherfucker also constantly posts about the cars that he has from the dash or fucking at the goddamn gym, posted down in the corner, looking at the direction for some reason. Fucking 4 foot tall, even overcompensating motherfucker. But it's like,
hey now, my Hellcat. I'm sure people think that's overcompensating. I just like speed.
Your Hellcat's dope.
I appreciate
what I'm saying is, that's a fake ass influencer, dude.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of them.
Don't flex on yourself like that, and then
talk bad about people.
Right, bro. And here,
think about the female fitness models that are on Instagram saying, "Oh, I'm a model, I'm an influencer in the fitness world." That, hey, how many surgeries you went under? How many times you got that stomach pumped? You know what I'm saying? And that's just being real. I think about this, because I'm a bigger guy, and I think about these guys that, that they're ripped. It's like, hey, man, if I shot myself with steroids, starved myself, and stayed in the gym for 6 hours and didn't have a life, it'd be possible, But unfortunately, I have to work a job, and I have to sleep at a point in time. But I'm with you. As far as bullies, and you're not wrong, the overcompensating, the things like that, because you're a man that's put in the effort to be in the gym. You know what I mean? You're a man that really has put the effort in, and you don't gloat.
This motherfucker posted a video of him hitting mitts. And it wasn't like he was hitting mitts in a gym or in a fucking ring or a cage or...
Was his form right?
No, bro. He was hitting mitts in someone's fucking basement. And and this is where I'm not trying to come off as a bully, but it's like, for anyone who does anything out their comfort zone to better themselves, I applaud you. But but for anyone who wants to fake the funk, acting like you're Mr. Hot Shit when you're not, that is what I have a problem with. You know what I mean? Take it from someone who has been homeless, who was working out of their fucking illegal Mazda 3 that I bought a pair of plates from this shit store in East St. Louis for $100. They give you fake plates and fake registration. I drove around that, slept in commuter parking lots, working out of horses' stalls. Not once did I ever, think that I'm someone that I'm not. That's a fucking lie, because I did the same thing.
I was going to say, didn't you carry a suitcase?
I did. Because here's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to circle back. It takes a douchebag to know a douchebag. And when I see people doing douchebag shit, I'm going to call you out just like I had motherfuckers call me out because they were just being older. Just be like, what are you fucking doing?
Motivating.
Right. And so it's like, bro, I don't need to see your goddamn and post. First of all, you're not allowed to post your credit score when the score's from a fucking month ago.
You're not allowed to post it unless you're in the 8s. I care less about your 7s. You need to be in them 8s. If you want to brag, bragging rights are in the 800s.
Right.
Bragging rights ain't in the 7s.
And then
you're still getting high interest rates in this market, buddy.
And then to the second motherfucker, right? The second motherfucker that I'm talking about. Again, I am not going to say their name, and usually I do, but out of respect for my manism and for Stacy, I'm not going to drop their name on this podcast. But the second motherfucker, fucking real estate selling, white t-shirt wearing,
Podcast stealing,
podcast stealing, red Corvette driving, ravioli chugging ass clown.
And you know what's funny is he posted something about a restaurant the other day. He actually went off about the melting pot, right?
Yeah, fuck him.
Hey, and I want to go into this because I was thinking about it. I'm like, you're trying to ruin the experience for this is a independently, like the people that own this have been there. They fought, they closed down a business through COVID to maintain this one. This is a place that I can think of. My parents went on a date to when I was 8. You know what I mean? Don't ruin the experience because you're a piece of shit.
Right.
Just don't.
And for someone who's like, I don't like bullies. And this motherfucker made a post, and the motherfucker made a post, and
then he bullied.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He made a post. Oh, my daughter wasn't allowed to welcomed at a lunch table today. So the next day, I bought the entire cafeteria McDonald's, and I didn't buy that table. Ha ha ha! Like my page.
And you know what's funny about that? It's in his head, he doesn't see how he just sponsored bullying.
Right.
Like, again, and this is just, when you got money, you can flex. Let's call it what it is. Flex with a yacht. Flex with, your Corvette. Which in reality, if you really want to tell the truth, I know plenty of basic people that have Corvettes. So you're not driving a Rolls Royce. You ain't driving a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain shit that.
If those motherfuckers are listening and you think you know who you are, hit us up and I'll meet you and we'll talk like men, bro. You know what I mean? And so even bring you on the show.
Or better yet, how about just be a better man and be a better character? You want to talk about you're such a family man and how, you're leading by example and you want to be a character. What you should have done was you should have bought that whole lunchroom. The same thing. You should have shown how. Well, that's the truth. But you know how parents want to, I'm this and I'm doing it for, and this is the thing, I'm doing it for social media likes. Right? In reality.
And I'll play victim later when I get called out on it.
Hey, and you know what's crazy? Nobody still likes you. You still got a little dick. You know what I'm saying? Your wife's hot though.
Yeah. What do you think about having Steve Hill sing his song really quick?
Do you think?
Now think I'm going crazy, about to lose my mind. Moving forward, but it's like I'm stuck in rewind. Has everybody fucking lost their mind? Cause what I hear I'm hating, so I change the station on the radio. Cause everybody knows people like me don't make real music anymore. Now think I'm going crazy, about to lose my mind. Sit back and relax, watch my mind unwind. Music on MTV, today I hate to say, but it really ain't shit. Everyone's on YouTube now, trying to see how many hits can get. Let me take you back to my day. VHS tapes and TV2 had videos on all day. Living life like a CD, so I just press play. But that's okay, everything great, can't say the same, no way. Let's change all the bullshit on the radio wave. Let's hate on the mainstream, hit that place. So can I get a what? Can I get a middle finger up to the FCC? Who took music off TV? What can I say? Sway, Wick Carson Daily. Now think I'm going crazy, about to lose my mind. Moving forward, but it's like I'm stuck in rewind. Has everybody fucking lost their mind? Cause what I hear I'm hating, so I change the station on the radio. Cause everybody knows people like me don't make real music anymore. Now think I'm going crazy, about to lose my mind. Sit back and relax, watch my mind unwind. Control freaks when I speak. PD Pablo speaking like a big Pippa Pache. See now it's reality TV, driving me crazy. Finna phone music to save me, cause every time I turn the radio on I get pissed off. Message behind real music gets crisscrossed. Tossed in the attic way back, shit that's real talk. Is a walk the walk. Life's a trip, baby. When you slip, pick yourself right back up. Music is what raised me, so cheers, get ready for my toast. To all the music I love the most, all the fucking times you heard me bumping.
So I got bullied so goddamn much in high school. I think that's why I just can't stand bullies. Can I tell you a story that I haven't really told like anyone but my wife, dude? This is a real story. And so, dude, I got bullied a lot by a lot of people. And there was majority of these motherfuckers were brothers. And brother was older than me, and another brother was younger than me. And they both played football, but because of both their size, they were both on varsity. You know, they were huge motherfuckers.
Gotcha.
And so, long story short, after a lot of dumb shit I went through, I became me, you know, MMA world, and my mind's still fragile and everything. And I start I'm not going to name drop anything, no questions or nothing. Just start a job at a company, and this is, you know, almost 10 years plus after high school. One of the bullies is a manager at a new company that I was working for. And I told my wife, I was like, I don't think I can do this, la-di-da-di-da. And she was like, no, you can do it because you're in that building. And, you know, because this company's, it's big, you know, there's buildings throughout and shit, St. Louis and stuff. And so he wasn't in the building. Long story short, I worked my way up and I get promoted where I got to move buildings. So now I'm in the same building, and the dude recognizes me, and he had a shit-eating grin, like, you know, yeah, I remember, you know what I mean? Like just being a wiener. And I fucking didn't want to go. I went back to the old building, and I said, yeah, I'm just not going to take the promotion. And they said, why? And then I burst into tears, dude, as a grown-ass man in front of corporate, the building manager, and then was supposed to be my new manager. I just said, I'm not fucking going. I said, I'm not going, and I'm not going up there. That motherfucker bullied me for 4 years of my life of hell. It sucked, la-di-da-di-da. And then, I ended up, you know, I'm not with that company. And so, but yeah, dude, he ended up leaving, you know, like a year after that anyway, for sleeping on the job. So
You know what's crazy to me though is grown bullies, right? Like in high school and middle school and elementary school. I mean, that's character building, right? But when you're 35, 25, whatever it is, and like you still get pride in bullying, like how shitty is your life? You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because I think back, like I had a couple bullies and like I flex differently. You know what I mean? Like my way of, you know, we can do the hand-to-hand shit if that's what you're into, but I just really like you to look at my life and just know it's not yours. You know what I mean? Like it's just different, and there's nothing better than just. This is gonna sound really fucked up, but your bullying got you where? My character got me here, right? So it's one of those things that. I think one of my favorite things, and this is telling the truth, is no matter what car I'm in, when I pull up and you're like, who's in that car? That guy you didn't like. You know what I mean? And you're right. Put that up there. That's my Aunt Angie. Some people don't leave high school. And a really good friend of, you know what I'm saying, a guy I fuck with heavy at work, Demetrius, he actually made a Facebook post and he said, if you're living off your high school reputation, that's a shame. You're fucked because we're 35 now, been out of high school almost 20 years. What do you have to show now? You know, and how can I put this? If you want to be a bully, be a bully.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't bully a motherfucker that could buy you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I literally think about it. I think about it as like, you bully me, I start thinking, how much money do I need to make that I can buy your fucking mom's house? And then you have nowhere to live.
Right.
Like, that's literally what goes through my head. That is a motivator. Like, I don't have bullies now. I mean, I'm not a little dude, so it's not like I have a bunch of them. I've always been a bigger guy.
Yeah.
That's where my mind goes. And it's, you know, when you think about it, when a person starts talking shit, my favorite line to say to them, and it sounds bad, you know, forgive me, Asian, I bet I could buy your bitch.
Oof.
While you talking all that noise,
yeah,
I bet I could buy your bitch. I'm going to show you where the loyalty lies with you, because she's with you because she thinks you're cool.
Yeah.
She meets somebody that is actually cool. Unfortunately, sir, you're just going to be a go.
Well, it's like this Facebook post I saw where it was like, if you truly believe that you are the same person from high school, you're wrong, because you, like, for me, like you said, high school is like almost like 20 years ago. And so, you know, I wasn't a good football player, just like my high school wrestling champion is probably not as good as he is today, unless he kept up with it. You know what I mean? But it's like, we get fat and we get slow and fucking, yeah. Shane, shut the fuck up.
Hey, salute to you. It's not even buying bitches. It's real life. Like, this sounds terrible, but like, call it bullying, right? Like, I love you, Asian. You know what I mean? But if you really got that mouth on you, bring me around your bitch. Because I promise you, by the time I am done, she's going to look at you totally different when you hit me with that. My bad, big bro. My bad, big bro. You ain't going to look the same no more.
Shane is my boy, dude. Dude, I could go on a fucking 20-minute story about that dude, about his loyalty. Oh, my God. Shane's my boy, man. So Shane was one of my Marines.
Hey, salute to you.
He became one of
Thank you for your service.
But he became my brother really quick. I found out he was from St. Louis. And so I instantly took him under my wing. You know what I mean? And he'll vouch for this shit. And so I was testing him because like in the Marine Corps, they make you do dumb shit just to see if you'll fucking do it. And Pace was walking. Literally, I'm in my office when I had the AC office in Okinawa. Pace is walking, dude, diddy popping outside. And I kick my door. I go, Pace, move that barrier in front of my door right now. And he goes, all right, Corporal. And it was a Humvee barrier, okay, that looked like a fucking big giant jacks. You know what I mean? Like marbles.
Yeah, what you talking about?
So he fucking went, yeah, and he fucking just picks this motherfucking thing up and he waddles it and he fucking throws it down and he goes, done, Corporal. I go, I said right there. And he goes, Corporal. And he picked it up like he didn't.
Fucking monster.
And he fucking did it. And I was like, Pace, stop. We are cool now. Like, you are like, he's a brother. And so, oh, dude, he's fucking. So, dude. And that was in Okinawa. The weather was like 110 degrees.
Holy shit.
And so, yeah, dude.
No, I just want to make that our line for the week. For everybody out there getting bullied, make it your goal that whenever they want to talk shit, silence them with a wad full of money, bro. Let me pull up this bank account and let's see who's really laughing. You know, like, it's a big thing. And I know it sounds crazy, but you can talk all the shit you want. I can buy all the shit I want.
Right.
There's a big difference. And it's not a bullying thing. It's, we are grown men. What can you do for your family?
Yeah.
What can you do for your kids? Because if you're teaching them to be bullies, you're meeting people who are raising kids like Spider-Man that just went back through here to not only be smart, efficient, and, you know, the goal at the end of the day is to be able to protect himself. But at the end of the day, he's going to be able to provide for his family. He's going to be one of those that, you know, when your daughter's with him, he's safe, he's secure. you don't have to worry. The goal is we're raising gentlemen, we're raising ladies, we're
Yeah.
trying to be, the best parents we can. But at the same point, the savage never leaves. It just goes to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you have to wake up a sleeping beast.
Hey,
It was just like this on my way home, dude. Carrie asked me when I walked in the door, "Why is your shirt off?" And so I had to make a stop on the way home, and I had this car tailing me, like hardcore tailing me, and I don't know what the fuck. Like I was being a good boy the whole time, like you know what I mean. And he wasn't flashing his brights or anything. So where I had to go, I had to veer off left to go into a U-turn lane. And as
onto
fast
a dead end street.
right onto a
To put that
a
into
dead end
perspective.
street, and like and this dude, it was in a blacked out like Honda Civic, or Ford Focus or some shit like that. It was a car, and the fucking dude, like as fast as he was going, I was doing like 70. I'm trying to lose this motherfucker. I'm like, what the fuck? And he veered off with me, and I said, okay. And so I pulled up, and when I go to my employment, I don't bring Big Betsy with me, but I was just like, here we fucking go, dude. And I fucking took off my shirt, and I fucking pulled over. I put it in park, and I just walked up. I go, what's up? Let's fucking go. And these two dudes got out, and they just both like looked at each other, and they fucking immediately like drove off.
Again, that goes back to, I don't know what episode it was, but with Lucas Clay, when I said,
Yeah.
people don't know how to get handled
Like,
getting hit in the fucking mouth. Like, and honestly, for all the bullies out there, you know what I hope happens to you this week? I hope somebody hits you in your fucking mouth. And it would be even better if they headbutt you in the fucking mouth.
twice.
Close that motherfucker. Yeah, twice. You know what I mean? Just, hey, realize positions, man. There's totem poles in life, right? The bullies are always at the bottom. That's why they're miserable. Let's
That's
call
why
it
they
what it
do
is.
their own shit.
That's why they bully, because they know they won't get anywhere else. You know what? That's what we say for you. I mean, like, there's different times in life, and let's call it what it is. There's some times that you have to be the bully, right? There you go. That's totally different. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's
Like,
see the comical. Okay.
I was one of those people that, and Asia will attest to this, everybody that knows me, like, if you want to be the bully, I'll stand up for the weaker link. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't phase me. But, like, we go back to the original, exactly like your caption says, fake social media fucks. Quit trying to portray an image that you're not really living. You're not. And I salute the one thing that the person we were speaking on earlier, he did this thing called Tip the Bill, right? I love that he does that around Christmas time. So I will give him that. There are some things that he does, and he does it well, and he has a huge following, but he has, again, he is a bully, but there are some things that he does that are pretty awesome. And the Tip the Bill thing is when you go to the restaurant or you go wherever, and next thing you know, you get the bill and you tip the bill. Basically, whatever the amount of the bill is, $100, you tip $100, right?
I was the bully in high school. One of my biggest regrets. You grow up and realize you were the weak one, Ryan.
Hey, and Ryan, that is
thanks for sharing
accountability.
that.
That goes back to last week when we were talking about accountability and being able to be honest with yourself, right?
Can we?
Yeah, real shit. Hey, one of the craziest things that I learned with the bullies, right? You tell them about their life, and you can really hurt them. You have to know the information. You're bullying because your parents got divorced. You're bullying because you're poor. You're bullying because whatever. But you don't have to take that out on the people around you. Work harder.
It's like when I got kicked out of my high school reunion. And so I just enjoy when people are mean. Dude, so like I said, I got bullied by a lot of people, and there's this other motherfucker. Did I tell you this story about this guy? He looked like me. He was the same size as me. We liked the same women as each other.
Oh yeah, you told me about that at the bar.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not. This is a different story.
Oh,
The
okay.
bar thing, yeah. But so, okay, I get invited to the high school reunion back in 2017. It was our 10 year,
Mm-hmm.
and this is when I am prime fucking Devin. I'm working wrestling shows. Me and Nathan are driving to Georgia to do some, matches. We're also training for MMA. Like, I am prime dime. So I go to my fucking high school reunion in a suit, and I show up late on purpose. And you remember when the Joker just like barged in to Harvey Dent's party
Yes.
with the shotgun, like boom? He's like, yeah, okay. So they were like sit down mid speech, and the door was right. It's one of those push doors that's like the gold. This is at a hotel lobby in
I know
fucking.
what you're talking about.
Okay, I kicked that motherfucker open. Boom! It opened up.
Everybody share the live, please.
And they came in, and I go, where is insert name? And I go, there he is. And I walked over there, and I grabbed a chair, and I sat right down. And 10 minutes
Presence
later,
is a motherfucker, man.
And then when I sat down, I go, continue. And they continued, and then I had to leave. So yeah, it was cool.
Like I honestly, like when I think about it, man, I can't think of anybody that bullied me.
Well, you're lucky.
No, I mean I had people that tried it. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll never forget one of my favorite stories. My leg got broken in high school, right? And I came back, and I heard I got jumped by a group of midgets. You know what I mean? Like. And the fact that people believed it blew my mind. Okay, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, y'all know me. Like, I got jumped by a group of midgets. Where would that happen? But whatever. But the moment I found the source, I definitely that got nipped in the bud, man. And that's where presence comes in, right? Sometimes all you have to do is step to them, and a lot of people don't realize that. You step them down. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some bullies that'll beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say they won't. There are bullies out there that can really probably beat the shit out of people.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But it's one of those things that I have more respect for the man that stood up to the bully than the bully. And most of the time, you see what happens to the people that get bullied. They end up running Fortune 500 companies. And guess what? Who gets the last laugh then when you walk into that job interview? Like you said, your situation, you handled a lot better than me. But I can think of a friend I have now that was bullied heavily, that literally runs a major company, and his joke every time is, "I love their face when they come and sit down for that interview." He said because they know the moment they walk through the door, they're done. He was like, and then on top of it, not only that, but then I call everybody else in the business and let them know blackball. Like that is. Like people don't understand how serious that is, and the effects of what you did to somebody in 7th grade could fuck you at the age of 40. So it's just treat everybody the way you want to be treated. It's a golden rule, man. Like it shouldn't be that hard for people to understand. And this is one thing I preach to Stacey. Like whenever he does something, I'm like, would you like if I did that to you? It's a very simple question, but it's one of the most impactful questions you can ask a kid. It's one of the most impactful questions you can ask a person. Would you like it if I did that to you? Now, the only time you might get a smart ass answer is if they think that you wouldn't do it to them. Then you do it. And guess what? At the end of the day, they don't like it.
So there was also back to fake bully bitches, right? So there was one time motherfucker put up cleaning out my garage, giving all of this for free. DM me, first come, first serve. And like I'm on the shitter, and like he just posted, and I'm scrolling, and I see a sexy item, and I'm like, man, the boys would love that. And I hit him up, hey, thank you for posting this. If this is still available, love to take it.
You got muffled all of a sudden.
Hey, can you hear me? I said, hey, if this is available, I'd love to take it. And his immediate response was, already spoken for, brother. And I'm like, you motherfucker. There was no way. Like, let's be real. I hate the bully.
I don't know what just went on with your mic, but you got muffled.
Like right now, am I muffled?
No, you're not now.
Well, maybe it's fucking Jimmy's fault. Jimmy, rewind that. You didn't need a mic. Other than that, dude, what else is there?
Man, I'm hurting. I'm emotional right now. I went from number 1 to number 2, and I think I might be number 3 now, which I told you that.
So going on in the world today, man.
Man,
How's
what is
Lloyd?
going on? Say it
Dude,
again.
they killed that Russian president guy that was in jail. Right? Did you hear about that?
I did hear about it. I didn't get to read fully on it.
So basically, the dude that was running against Putin was in jail for running against Putin, something pretty much. And basically, the guy got malnourished and he was overworked in the Russian prison. He was part of I think it was called the Future Russia Party, is what he was like the leader of. And that's what he was running to represent. And he got executed in prison. And now Biden's saying that there's going to be major sanctions on Russia because of that. And after that interview with Tucker, I'm like, great.
There are no sanctions over there. I was just going to say, with the interview with Tucker, if you saw it, like, hell, they had Snickers bars. They had all that shit on the shelves. Like, and it was cheaper than America. Like, what sanctions, man? They're sanctioning us. Nobody wants to talk about, like, you want to know inflation? America's getting hit with sanctions and nobody's talking about it. Let's call it what it is. It does not make sense that everything here is going up in price in England, but everywhere else the shit is normal. Like, England, really? Huh? Yeah, like, I mean, we're owned by them, you know, but you look around and you really start to see, like, man, we're fucking lied to non-fucking stop. It's fucking sickening. And, you know, I was just talking to somebody about this. You know, we started the Boston Tea Party at 1.75%, 2% tax rates, right? We're at 38% now. When do we start fucking riot? Like, I was trying to think of another word. Man, shit has to change. We need to be like France, spraying fucking feces all over. What do we need to do? Throwing fucking dog shit in politicians' faces? Like, what do we need to do? And I'm tired of, like, we can keep saying we need to vote out and vote in. It starts ground level, which we talked about this before. And I know you said the HOA. I say go to your local, you know, Board of Aldermen. We vote in from the ground up, right? Your local mayors, your local governor. Like, we need to change everything. And I encourage everybody this November, and I'm going to say this every podcast going forward because I'm pushing for it. Whoever's in office, vote them the fuck out. I don't give a fuck if you like them or don't. Vote them out. Vote independent. Vote the person who you don't think would get it. Let's put a change of face in that.
You know, it'd be funny. Do you think Jo Jorgensen would come on the podcast? Would you even want her on there?
I don't really care who comes on.
Right. But I'm saying she's an independent, and she takes advantage of every platform that's offered because she's Jo Jorgensen.
We can definitely give it a try. I'd have to do my research on her.
Well, I know she's not a dad, and I know she's probably not tired.
Hell, if you're in politics, you're probably tired.
Maybe we need to get Trumpy on the podcast.
Hey, man. Hey, while we're at it, send out presidential pardons. You know, Biden, he ain't coherent enough. I'm going to send that letter.
We're going to get, should we try to get Biden on the podcast? You think his people would let him?
I wouldn't. Check me out, sign Casey on for that one.
Dude, we got to get Greetings on the podcast. He was bullied.
No. I mean, I have no problem with that. Anybody in where we live, I mean, I would love to pick their brain on certain situations, but I think honestly, when it comes down to it, I mean, we're getting the springtime, baby. We need to get somebody on here that's a barbecue pit master.
Oh, the dude, yeah, Adam or Greg, was he commenter or something? Good segue.
No, whoever. You know, I mean, there's Nathan Dusterhoff. He's a dad. You know, I'll reach out to him.
Dude,
he's a pit master for real.
Oh, boy, dude.
He's a real pit master.
Is a bro. Sold.
I'll definitely reach out because he is a true pit master. Man, I think it's Smoky Bones or I can't remember.
Every time he brings in the office, and he only makes enough for the team, which is good because I'm not part of it. What I'm saying is I'm not part of it.
Well, I'm on his team, so
I know, but I would do the same thing. So, but we could have that.
I'm just thinking about
what I'm saying to you know, talk about the change. You want us to vote independent? We need to get an independent on here, right?
Yeah. So I think we could start with, you know, school district advisors, get them on and kind of ask questions on what makes them think it's okay to be pumping the shit they're pumping into little kids' heads. You know,
what about Kennedy?
Again, I'm for whatever. You know,
he's an independent.
The reason I say that we need to start at the school board is because I really feel like the dumbing down of America is a serious thing when you got kids doing math with pictures when, math is with numbers. Okay. 4 + 2 is 6, we don't, if there's this many squares with this many squares, that ain't math, bro. They need to be able to recognize numbers and do the math. The dumbing down of America is in full effect. We're watching it happen day in and day out, and it's scary. And again, that's why I say we need to get more parents to PTA meetings. We need to get more parents involved, because when you hear parents talking about just the shit that goes on in school buildings and the books that they're putting on the shelves, this is our future. These are going to be the people that we need to take care of us as we get older. Mm-hmm. When we think about our elders, the one thing they did was they tried to instill in as many of us as possible life skills, how to change a tire, how to change the oil on certain cars, how to cook, how to write a check. Now, granted, checks are being obsoleted, but still, how to do your taxes. These are things that if they're not teaching it in school, we as the community have to instill this shit, because it's scary when you see people that don't know how to change their own tire. It's scary when you see people that literally don't even know how to pay their bills. You see people that can't do math without a calculator. And this is the agenda. And we've gotten to this point where I'm afraid to see where we're going to be. And you're right. A lot of parents are pulling out. You know why they're pulling out? Because it's becoming a crime to be a parent. When you give your kids to the school, the moment you sign them up, you're almost signing away your rights. It's one of those things that it's ridiculous. The fact that they can literally not like how you did something or say something and CPS is at your house.
Or they don't like how a parent will clap back at them.
Yeah, hey, and that's the one. And that goes back to people need to learn how to separate emotions. Please. Well, they need to separate emotions and feelings from reality and facts. And one of the perfect examples I'm going to give is I had a conversation with a person. I had a really big month last month. I made a joke about what I made last month was a third of their income for the year. They got emotional. At the end of the day, I asked simply, am I stating facts or am I lying? So that's a true statement. If it's a true statement, bite your fucking bullet, bite your tongue, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Facts are facts. And there's so many people nowadays that want to argue facts. Mm-hmm. You can't argue facts. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things there's so many, we're salesmen, man. We can spin shit all day long. But at the same point, bro, you can't get mad at what's true. Mm-hmm. If you're mad at the truth, do something about it and show me different. And that's not talking financially. That's, when we're looking at the truth of America is becoming a bunch of pussies, right? That's a fact. Okay. If we want to do something about it, we have to change those in the office. And it doesn't, the president is a fucking puppet. You have to run this down to, again, ground level, state level. People forget there's 3 branches of government. It's not just one. You have to change the people in the Senate and the House of Representatives, because they're the ones pushing the bills through. Change starts way down here with us. And there's so many people that are afraid to get on the bandwagon or go with a boycott or do whatever it is. Do it. Try it. If you don't fucking try it, you can never say it didn't work. And at this point, we have to try.
100%. 100%. And it's just it's not like were you like being a wiener, or were you guys just like having a conversation?
I was celebrating me.
Right. Okay. So I was happy.
I hit my goal.
Right.
Like I hit my goal. I was like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like I fucking did it. I was struggling. I fought until the last hours, literally. Yeah. I'm proud of me. Be proud with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the fact that you're upset at it, why though?
Right. Well, and speaking of last month, it was like dude, I'm so proud of myself for last month. Like right now, like we're good because like I think that credit score pissed me off when that motherfucker posted it. And I know it's because I'm working hard to fix mine. But it was like I was able to pay off a big ass debt that's wiped from my credit now, and it boosted my shit by like 26 points. I was able to fucking get shit caught up left and right, and I'm also able to, make sure WrestleMania is taken care of. And then with my tax returns, I was behind in my own taxes because when I got out of the Marine Corps, I worked cash jobs and I didn't do shit. And like they reported me, but I never reported to the state, if that makes sense. So I was behind like thousands of dollars. And when the state took over MMA, we had to get licenses. So I had to get set up on a pay plan when everything got caught up to obtain a state license. And then one thing led to another. So I finally got that shit paid off. And so I was just, that's been going on since 2018. And so that was a huge win for me. And so it's like, I'm with you there, Stacy. I'm proud of you as fuck.
Can I say one thing about credit? Well, first, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what I mean? I genuinely thank you. The thing about credit is you're proud to go in debt because all credit does is allow you to go in debt, right? Now, with that, most people with high credit scores, they're great at paying their bills because they live outside their means. Okay. So I have to keep up on these payments, right? When you're, in situations like we are and we can pay cash for what we own, credit score doesn't move. You know what I mean? Like you go buy a car in cash, you don't get a hit on your credit. Okay. You go pay for a house in cash. Not saying I did that, just saying if you do it, you don't get a bonus to your credit, right? It's
pay for vacation in cash.
It's the people that are willing to be a slave to the system that have the best credit scores. And that is not saying that they have the best credit scores. It's just saying that the higher your credit score is, the better the slave you are. Good job. Like, and now again, I have my credit score is comfortable. You know what I mean? But
I am not.
That's because, but again, I'm not saying my shit's in the 8s. That's why I said if you want to brag in the 8s because that's a hell of a feat to get that. That means you probably never fucked up. You know what I mean? High 7s, great feat. 7s, great feat. Hell, in today's economy, 620, 640, it can get you a house. Feat. You know what I'm saying? That is a fucking accomplishment. People don't realize that, you may have a higher interest rate at the 640 mark, but you're still able to get it. And a lot of people don't realize that because they're so used to this agenda of you have to have a great credit score. How about this? You have a work ethic and you know how to save money. If you know how to do that, fuck credit because I'm going to buy it in cash. Credit is good for, like you said, if you buy a house or a car. If you're buying wedding rings on credit, you're going to hurt yourself. If you're buying, that designer bag on credit, unless you're buying it for the points and paying now again, there's the other side of this. If you're buying it on points and paying it off at the end of the month, whether you're not running a revolving credit card debt, you're using credit to your financial gain because you're hitting it before interest hits, shit like that. But the worst thing you can do is go out here and buy this $2,000, $3,000 bag, let that fucking 11% to 27% interest hit you, and be hit with a crazy astronomical bill. And, now you paid almost double by the time you're paying it off for that same item. Yeah. Now, granted, there are the 0% credit cards you get, and I will be an advocate that if you can get a 0% interest rate for the year, get it, use it, pay that motherfucker off every month, boost your credit score. But as soon as that motherfucking interest kicks in, cut that bitch up, let it just sit there as a good note on your credit. Go to the next card. That's how the rich people work their shit. They run that 0% credit card. I'm going to activate my Amex this year. At the end of this year, roughly about the 10-month, 11-month mark, I'm going to go ahead and apply for a different Amex. I got the platinum, I got the gold. So now I'm going to run this one. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to go ahead and get the Chase Sapphire. There's just certain ones that this is giving dad tips to other dads. If you really want to play the game smart, your credit score goes up. You're not paying interest. You're putting yourself in position that if you ever have to use credit, for instance, a heating system, HVAC system in your house, if you have to use, like those major expenses, you can run it on credit. Or if you want to put a deck in your backyard, or you want to do a fence, or, those major expenses that you don't really want to come out of a large chunk of money out of your bank account, run that shit on credit. And you're right. And you know what, Angie? So many people could go find them bags if they look for it at the Goodwill. But I'm going to tell you now, where we work, you see people walking around with these bags that are $2,500 to $5,000.
I'll never forget seeing a orange Corvette being towed out of there.
Yeah. Oh, people, man, look, I remember the first time I seen the repo truck come on the lot. was like, how the fuck you make this kind of money and your shit getting repoed?
Yeah. Well,
Like-
remember, for everything Stacy said, if you don't do this, write down your fucking goals, you're just wasting time.
Yeah. And I ain't even,
Maybe
so
you have
I,
really
I'm
good
going to
ones.
take this back. Don't make a vision board. Do what Devin said. Write down your goals and hit them one at a time. Too many people make these vision boards where there's 20 goals up there, right? And you're looking at it, and now you're pursuing 20 things. Organize in priority lists, right? First thing I want to do is pay off my car. Second thing I want to do is pay off my credit card debt. Third thing I want to do is take my family on vacation. Fourth, you know what I'm saying? The fourth thing I want to do is, put $10,000 in the bank account. So I'm going to save until I get it. Whereas in my mind, the goal for everybody, if you have kids as a dad, your goal should be able to put $200 to $300 away into savings for your kid each month. Let it grow. Get a high interest yield savings account, whatever it is. Set them up for the future because we don't know what the future entails. And if groceries and the shit stays going the way it's going, you're going to be in a position that you're fucked. Like, you're fucked. And I appreciate that, Angie. Like, I do appreciate that. But there's a lot of things that I watched my parents not necessarily struggle, but I watched them live check to check with good jobs, right? They were the people that went to work every day. My dad woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, was a solid welder, one of the best in the area, been flown out to the Golden Gate to work on it. You know what I mean? Like, he still worked his ass off, came home with burns in his arms, and still we couldn't go to Disney World, right? Like, it's one of those things that one thing I appreciate about Asia, like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, hey, you want a Louis bag? Like, I feel, and this is just because you look at society and you're like, look, everybody in your business is carrying these designer bags. And Asia looks at me and goes, why would I want that? You know what I mean? Like, why would I want you to waste that money on that? We can put that towards this, or we can put that towards this. That's what you need in your team as a dad. If she's sitting there sucking every dollar out of you, right? Getting everything she can out of you that's material, let her go, bro. Because she's not thinking about the future the way dads are. There are moms out there, women out there that are definitely thinking about the future. I'm not saying they're not, but there's a lot of them that will drain the bank account and don't know what to do when they need gas.
Yep.
And it's a scary thing. It's a stressful thing because, again, America has done a very good job of turning us into fucking mind-numb consumers, right? And I mean, I'm a person sitting here right now. I'm one of them, obviously. I'm wearing polo. You know what I'm saying? So I can't talk shit, and it's, again, not bragging. I'm
going to WrestleMania.
I was the dummy that paid $150 for a hoodie. But I'm now the same person that, after spending a bunch of money on this shit, has looked at it and is like, why the fuck did I do that? Like, I could literally go to Target, get the same nice ass shirt, and it's going to last me just as long majority of the time. I can go to, Burlington. I can go to different stores where you're not spending this crazy amount of money. And the eye opener for me was, me and Asia went to Polo. I got all my shit to the counter, and the dude said like $900. And I looked at Asia. I was like, you just let me spend this kind of money? She was like, it's your money. I was like, yeah, you're right. But why the fuck am I doing it?
Because you want to level up your queen with you.
Well, yeah, but that was for me. Leveling up your queen, and I'll say this for all the dads out there, you want to level up your woman. If she has a business, back her. Throw money at the business. She needs her vehicle. Make sure her vehicle is good. Make sure she has a reliable vehicle. Make sure her house and her refrigerator is full. Make sure that the kids are taken care of.
Yep.
You want to level her up, make it where she doesn't have to stress about money. And she'll be the best version of her you've ever seen. Devin. Hell, you got a baker, a chef. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the whole works over there. Like,
hey, we and that was cool when we dropped $700 on groceries and we still got food in the house, and you know what I mean. We're happy as fuck, dude. We gotta have next week. We maybe have a guest, Luke Durker. We talked about with his kids. Yeah,
I want to have Casey on with him if we do that. I swear to God.
Boy, I gotta have a sit down with Casey. Yeah, Jimmy. So, bro, this has been a different Wednesday.
We were able to give some tips to the dads out there, help the dads.
Yeah,
Focus on them goals this week.
fucking get your shit together, by the way, everybody.
Calls in queue, Ryan. They won't let me take them right
Jason,
now. My day was too
Thanks
bad.
for adjusting on me, dude. I love you, man.
Oh, you're fine, boss.
You fucking man.
I love
Usually
you
we
too, boss.
record. This is new. Hit that bass, Jimmy.
Oh, we don't get a freestyle this week?
No fucking freestyle. I'm so tired. I just want to go upstairs and just be crier. I don't even know. I got a nice joint when I need to go up and look at my point. Don't even know what that word means, but I'm going all up to eat my greens. Greens, as in green beans. Maybe green peas, maybe not on my knees like black-eyed peas, like Miss Fergie, and she wants me because she is so cool. I'm the world champ. I'm just vibing, going all up, and you know there's no denying that I'm number one for a goddamn reason. Fuck Joe Biden, he commits fucking treason.
Hey.
Sure, we're canceled.